not, you can actually get in a whole lot of trouble for releasing balloons into the sky in the state of Florida. And before you think that's a crazy rumor, it's not. Every week on this channel, we talk about all the reasons that people love moving to Florida. The sunshine, the beaches, the golf, the weather, and the lifestyle. But today, we're gonna flip things around just a little bit. Instead of talking about all the things that you can do in Florida, we are going to cover some things that you can't. And these are 10 Florida laws that surprise new residents. And some of them are going to make complete and perfect sense, and some of them are going to make you scratch your head. And whatever you do, stick around to number 10. And it's not the strangest law on today's list, but if you're planning on buying a home in Florida, it literally can save you thousands of dollars. And before anyone jumps to that comment section to fact check me, we already did that for you. Every law in today's video was verified through Florida statutes or official state agencies. Hi there, I'm Mulaney Gunning, and I am your Treasure Coast real estate guide. I'm an LPGA Life member, and every month I help many families move here from all across the country. So let's get into it. Number 1, balloon releases are illegal. This does surprise a lot of people. Florida actually prohibits intentionally releasing balloons into the sky. Now, that wasn't proposed because Florida hates celebrations. It was passed because the balloons eventually have to come down. Many of them land in our rivers, our lagoons, on our beaches. And this is where the sea turtles, the dolphins, seabirds, and other wildlife confuse them for food. Considering how important our waterways are here on the Treasure Coast, this one actually makes perfect sense. If you're moving here, you'll quickly notice that Floridians take protecting our beaches and wildlife pretty seriously. And honestly, it's one of the things I love about living here. Number 2, don't feed the alligators. And let's talk about this one. It is illegal to feed an alligator in the wild. And I know what you're thinking, who would actually feed an alligator? Apparently, enough people fed them that Florida had to step into action and create a law. But here's the interesting part. This law isn't really about punishing people, it's about protecting them. Once an alligator starts associating people and food, that's when they start hanging around your ponds, your docks, your golf courses, and they're looking for a handout. And unfortunately, when this starts to happen, this is when they generally need to be removed. So if you're out there and you see an alligator, enjoy the moment, take a picture, tell your friends back home, just don't feed them. Number 3, you can get a DUI on a boat. This one has a tendency to catch newcomers off guard. A DUI is not just your car. You can also be charged with boating under the influence. Now, considering Florida has one of the biggest boating populations in the country, this really isn't that surprising. Life on the water is a huge part of living here. Weekend trips to the sandbar, fishing offshore, cruising on the Intracoastal, and watching the sunset from your boat. It's one of the reasons so many people love to move here. Just make sure somebody's staying sober enough to captain that boat home. Number 4, you may need a boater safety card. Here's another boating law that catches people off guard. If you were born on or after January 1st, 1988, and you're operating a boat with 10 horsepower or more, Florida requires you to complete a boater safety course, and they want you to carry identification and the boater safety card, not a boating license. It's just simply proof that you have completed the education. It's actually a pretty smart requirement. Florida's waterways get incredibly busy, and having everyone understand the boating safety rules just helps everyone stay safer and have more fun. And if boating is one of the reasons that you're moving here, it's definitely something you want to get taken care of right away. Number 5, sea turtles change the rules. One of my favorite times of year here on Florida's Treasure Coast is the turtle nesting season. But living near the beach comes with responsibilities. Many coastal communities require turtle-friendly lighting. The bright lights can affect the little baby turtles returning back to the ocean. So if you're buying a beachfront home or even a condo near the beach, don't be surprised if there are restrictions for exterior lighting. And once you understand why, it's actually pretty incredible. Florida has some of the most important turtle nesting grounds in the entire United States. Protecting them is just part of living here. And speaking of moving to Florida, if you're starting your search, make sure you download my free relocation guide. It's packed with neighborhood information, insurance tips, flood zones, cost of living, weather, and all the things people wish they knew before they moved here. You'll find the link in the description below. We've talked about wildlife and boating, and now let's talk about a few of the laws that have surprised people after they've moved here. Number 6, you can't just go trim the mangroves. If waterfront living is on your wish list, this is something that you definitely need to know. The mangroves that are on your waterfront, they're not just trees, they're protected. That doesn't mean necessarily that they can't ever be trimmed, but you can't just go back there haphazardly whacking them away. There are state rules that govern when and how mangroves can be trimmed. And in many cases, you need permits and people who are professionally trained to trim the mangroves. So before that dream of that waterfront property, make sure you understand what you can and cannot do. It's one of those things that surprise a lot of waterfront buyers. Number 7, golf cart laws that may surprise you. So people ask me all the time, they want to cruise around their golf cart everywhere they go, and that's the lifestyle that they're looking for. And honestly, in a lot of communities, that's exactly what people do. But here is what surprises newcomers. You can't just drive a golf cart anywhere you want. Florida law limits where golf carts can operate, and cities and counties decide which roads are actually approved for golf cart use. If a community allows golf cart use after dark, they generally need specific safety equipment like headlights, brake lights, turn signals, and more. And if you're under 18, you'll need at least a learner's permit or a driver's license to operate that golf cart. So before you buy your golf cart, spend a few minutes learning your community rules. It'll save you a lot of confusion later. Number 8, fishing is not as simple and easy as you think. So many people, when they move to Florida, just say, I can't wait to go fishing. But before you cast that first line, make sure you know the rules. Florida has different licensing requirements for freshwater and saltwater. Residents and non-residents have different requirements. There are some exceptions. The good news is it's pretty easy to figure it out before you go. The important thing is not assuming your state rules are the same here as where you came from. There's licensing requirements, and there's a lot of fish that you cannot catch out of season. All these things you need to check out. Number 9, the state of Florida is actually protecting their state parks. And this one's brand new. Florida recently passed legislation protecting our state parks from certain types of development. If you spend time exploring parks like Jonathan Dickinson State Park, you already know how special these places are. They're part of what makes living here so incredible. Whether it's hiking, kayaking, or camping, or simply just enjoying Florida's natural beauty. These parks are one of the reasons that so many people just choose our Florida lifestyle. It's nice to see them get protected for generations. Number 10, and this one can save you thousands. If you're buying a home and it becomes your Florida primary residence, you may qualify for the Florida Homestead Exemption. And this can reduce your annual property tax bill. And if you're planning a move before November of 2026, there's something else that you want to know. Florida voters are expected to decide on a proposed constitutional amendment, and this would expand the homestead exemption. As I'm filming this video, it is still a proposal and nothing has been approved yet. It's something that you definitely want to pay attention to, and whether the amendment passes or not, here's the part I really don't want you to miss. You have to actually apply for your homestead exemption. It does not happen automatically. Every year people buy a new home, they move to Florida and assume that it happens automatically, and then realize later that they missed the deadline. This is a completely avoidable mistake. And this is the exact type of thing that we help our relocation buyers understand before they move. There you have it. 10 Florida laws that surprise most new residents. Some of them are funny, some of them protect Florida's incredible wildlife, and some of them just help preserve the Florida lifestyle that everybody's after. And hopefully, a few of them saved you from making a costly mistake. If you're planning a move to Florida, the first thing I'd recommend you do is download my free relocation guide. It's packed with information about neighborhoods, insurance, flood zones, costs, weather, and everything I wish I knew before I made the move way back in 1997. Every month, I host free Moving to Florida webinars. And if you're ready to start planning your move, you can schedule a one-on-one moving consultation. We'll talk about your timeline, your goals, and which Treasure Coast communities may fit your lifestyle. You'll find the links to all these things in the description below. I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these Florida laws surprised you the most? Or if you're already living in Florida, what one caught you off guard when you moved here? Leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Melanie Gunning, and I'll see you on the next home tour.